Derby County applied the pressure, winning 3-1 at home to Lincoln City on Thursday evening. But how did the other fixtures go out, and what should we expect from Wigan Athletic on Boxing Day? So, after Derby's result against Lincoln City on Thursday, they find themselves in 4th place on 40 points. They are 4 points behind Peterborough, but they have a game in hand, so that could go down to a minimum of 1. Derby face Wigan next, and they find themselves down in 18th, right at the bottom of the table, having won 1 of their last 5 league games. They did have a points deduction at the start of the season and are still suffering from that. If they had their points back, they would find themselves, I believe, in 10th place, maybe 9th, because I believe they had 8 points taken off them. So that is a big factor in their season. Let's just take a look at Derby. It's Christmas, Santa's coming, so why don't you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay in touch with all my content over this Christmas period. Latest news coming out of Moor Farm is that Nathaniel Mendez-Laing picked up a knock against Lincoln City on Thursday, and he is a doubt heading into the next game. But the more positive news is that Liam Thompson was able to get himself onto the pitch in that previous game. You also had Callum Alder getting onto the pitch. With that, Nathaniel Mendez-Laing, I think it'll be interesting to see how we line up as a front three, or if the system is changed to suit something else. Obviously, Nathaniel Mendez-Laing is a big part of why we've been performing so well this season, and he's a massive part of what we do going forward. Without him, we might struggle, especially at a tough side like Wigan Athletic. As you can see now, James Collins has 8 goals in the league this season, and he has nearly reached his total from last season. I believe he's already beat his total from last season for all competitions. I believe he's now on 13 if you include his 5 goals in the EFL Trophy. That is something that is mega important for Derby, and I think we'd still need another striker in January. Wigan are managed by 40-year-old manager Sean Maloney. He's been at the helm since January 2023. He's had to deal with a lot of trials and tribulations while being at the club, but that is something that he hasn't let get him down. He's managed 47 matches, winning 19, drawing 12 and losing 16. And let's see if he can pull a result out on Derby like he did at the opening day of this season. Shall we now take a look at Wigan's danger men? So there's some key men which Derby need to look out for. The main ones being Charlie Wyke, Stephen Humphreys and Tom Pearce. All 3 massively influential on the attacking end of the field. Charlie Wyke scored 2 of his 7 goals at Pride Park Stadium on the opening day. But as you can see, Stephen Humphreys has 7 goals and 3 assists to his name, and Tom Pearce has 4 assists to his name. These are all players that Derby need to look to keep shut down heading into this busy period. It'll be interesting to see if Derby make any changes through their midfield area to keep the legs fresh. Obviously, these men aren't going to be easy to keep quiet. We've seen what Charlie Wyke can do on the opening day, and we've got to make sure that we keep ourselves tight. We can't be making defensive mistakes like we did at the first game of the season. Obviously, we gave them that goal on half-time, which obviously cost us in the end, and without that, we'd probably be much higher up the table. This game happens on the 26th of December, one day after Christmas. Obviously, Derby will have had the biggest rest period. We played on Thursday. Wigan only played yesterday, that being the 23rd of December. So we get an extra 2 days rest, something that I think can be massively important over this Christmas period. As we know, Wigan beat us earlier in the season 2-1 at Pride Park, mainly due to defensive errors more than anything really. So I think that's something which we need to make sure we don't have at this part of the season. If we scroll down here, we can look. Obviously here we can look at the form. Wigan Athletic, it shows that they have 2 wins in their last 5, but I believe both of those games were in cup competitions, and I don't believe they've won in the league for 5 games. Derby, as you can see, have won 4 of their last 5. I think it's 6 of the last 7. They've lost 1 in 8, which I believe was the Crewe Alexandra Cup game. We've not lost since then. So I think this could be a massively important game. Obviously, on the right-hand side, you can see the table. A win for Derby could put them just 1 point behind Peterborough if results go our way on Boxing Day. A loss could see us fall all the way to 6th. But what I want to take a look at is the fixtures that are also going on Boxing Day. just to see what could happen and what games we need to keep an eye on. So obviously there's a few teams which Derby need to take a keen interest in, those being Stevenage, Barnsley, Peterborough, Oxford, and where's Bolton? Bolton and Portsmouth. Portsmouth head to Bristol Rovers. They are flying away at the moment, but who knows what will happen in January and across this period. Teams can fall massively at this period. If they go on to lose their next few, that could bring Derby and other teams into play. Bolton head to Lincoln City. We saw Lincoln the other night, and obviously we beat them 3-1. Will Bolton be able to take the same amount of points? That is something that I'm interested to see. Scroll down here, you take a look, and you've got Oxford who are at home against Cambridge. Cambridge, when they came to Pride Park, were very good, I thought. I didn't think we were great, but I thought they were very good. But they've since changed manager, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on at Oxford. And Peterborough head to financially struggling Reading. So those are big fixtures. And obviously, you've got Stevenage at home to Northampton Town. So I think it's massive that we make sure we pick up all 3 points in this game. Because we don't want to lose ground to the likes of Peterborough or fall behind Stevenage. We don't want Bolton pulling a gap on us, and that's something that is massively important. Obviously, as I previously mentioned in this video, the biggest news coming out of the press conference was that Nathaniel Mendez-Laing might not be fit to start at Wigan. Obviously, that is bad news for us, but I think it gives a chance for someone like Tyrese John-Jules to get a start and get some more minutes in his legs. I think he deserves it for his performances. I think he's been really good. I also think it offers an opportunity to change the system slightly. I think if Nyambe is fit and if John-Jules is deemed fit enough to start a game, I think we could see ourselves move to a 3-5-2 with a back three of Nyambe, Nelson and Cashin, Wilson up the right, Forsyth up the left. That's what I think could happen if they're fit. If they're not, I think we'll stick with the 4 and we'll keep the back 4 and 3 as it is, but then have Wilson, Collins and Barkhazen or John-Jules. I'd like to see John-Jules get a start. I think he deserves it. But yeah, so let me know what your team predictions are and score predictions are down in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to hit 50 before New Year. Just click that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.